Good, happy Thursday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, extreme drought declare for part of New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Drought conditions are expanding in New Hampshire. It now covers roughly 3/4 of the state.
We're hearing a lot of reports of low water levels, both surface water and groundwater levels, dry grasses, and vegetation in general that are affecting people.
The state is dealing with moderate, severe, and now extreme conditions.
The Drought Monitor has been classifying or making those classifications since about the year 2000, and since that time, no part of New Hampshire has been classified as extreme drought.
The governor has requested a drought declaration from the Secretary of Agriculture for Rockingham, Strafford, and Grafton counties. Since then, Hillsborough and Merrimack counties have been added.
If the Secretary approves the declaration, those counties that we ask for will be approved, and all bordering counties also get approved.
And that approval means relief for area farmers and private well owners. Low-interest emergency loans would be available to help with crop and water loss. In the meantime, the state is doing what it can to help conserve water, asking communities to implement water restrictions. So far, more than 100 bans are in effect, including in Portsmouth.
The extended nature of this drought is what is really affecting us and a lot of the other communities on the seacoast.
And the concerns continue when it comes to brush fires.
There's going to be an increased potential for more active fire behavior in the fall, so we're just trying to anticipate a potentially busy fire season unless things change dramatically here in the near future.
And unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be the case. Experts here say this drought could continue well into the fall. Live in Concord, Kristen Carosa, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Fire erupts at Concord Auto Repair Shop. Let's take a look at the report. A fire damaging a building in Concord that houses 2 businesses Thursday, but no one was injured. Dark smoke could be seen billowing from the Manchester Street building that houses Auto Works, Unlimited, and Maholt Property Maintenance. Manchester Street between Old Turnpike Road and Airport Road was closed for a short time. Police said the street was open again by 1:30 p.m. Fire officials said the fire was contained quickly. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, but police said there were no intentional signs of foul play. The building is located at the rear of the lot where Stratum Tire was previously located. That building was destroyed in a fire on April 15th, and Stratum Tire has since relocated to an adjacent property. In danger of folding, recovery program seeks help. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
2017 Cadillac XT5 luxury all-wheel drive crossover for $499 per month with no money down. The journey is just as important as the destination at McMulkin Cadillac.
For the last 6 months, volunteers at the community organization called Hope for New Hampshire Recovery have taken great pride in their pet project, a program called Amber's Place.
And what it does is it provides respite for those that are seeking
further treatment.
Hope for New Hampshire Recovery CEO Cheryl Coletti-Lawson says Amber's Place has provided the help that a 9-to-5 community center just can't cover. It's a place where addicts could find temporary shelter and find the help they need in the middle of the night.
We've helped place over 430 people in connecting them with treatment and continued care.
But the program that's helped save the lives of hundreds of addicts is now in danger of folding. The problem? A lack of money.
We have always struggled with funding for this program because as a recovery community organization, there isn't a sustainable funding stream for us. So we've really relied on benevolent donations, both from individuals, from corporations, foundations, and that's how we've stayed open.
She says the race is now on to find the cash needed to keep Amber's Place open. Coletti-Lawson wants people to know that Hope for New Hampshire will be open for business as usual, providing services and resources for people and families who need help battling addiction. But now the hope is someone somewhere will step up to save Amber's Place, a program that's been helping addicts get back on their feet.
It's the only program in the state currently that offers that respite care immediately. We have people coming from all over the state, and it is critical, and we need as a community and as a state to find out how to bridge that gap.
And New Hampshire has the second lowest level of access to drug addiction treatment in the country. Only Texas has fewer resources available.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Witnesses help lift car off pedestrian. Driver tries to flee. 3 pedestrians were struck by a car Thursday in Boston's downtown crossing. A Mercedes was turning left on from School Street onto Washington Street when it plowed into the pedestrians. 2 people were pinned under the vehicle, and 1 other was also hurt. About a dozen witnesses came to the rescue, freeing the woman and boy who were trapped under the car. While those witnesses ran to help, they said the driver ran away. She was found by police inside a nearby Chipotle restaurant. The victim's injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening. The incident remains under investigation. U.S. swimmers not robbed, Brazilian police say. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
We're going to begin with the new video of Ryan Lochte and the other American swimmers at a gas station in Brazil. The swimmers said they were robbed at gunpoint, but this afternoon police said they were not victims.
We got ABC's Adrian Banker, who's been following the new developments and joining us now with the very latest. Adrian.
Good afternoon to you, David and Lauren. Yes, it's a global play-by-play, far more dramatic than the Olympic Games for so many people. And still questions remain as to exactly what happened as this night out on the town in Rio became an international incident. Claims made by members of Team USA Swimming that they were robbed at gunpoint outside the Olympic Village on Sunday have crumbled. Police saying there was no robbery. Federal Brazilian police sources saying at least 1 of the 4 Olympic swimmers, including Ryan Lochte, are seen breaking down a bathroom door at a gas station, then getting into a fight with a security guard. Rewind to last week and the controversial interview Lochte first gave to NBC News.
The guy pulled out his gun, he cocked it, put it to my forehead, he said, get down, and I was like, I put my hands up, I was like, whatever.
Lochte now saying the gun was only pointed in his direction. The 12-time Olympic medalist is back in the U.S., his teammates, James Fegan, Jack Conger, and Gunnar Bentz, all remain in Brazil. 2 of them seen here in a Rio police station after being pulled from a flight bound for Houston.
They came by and said, sir, you need to debark the plane, and there was a security person. They took them off the plane.
Brazilian investigators looking into whether false statements were given to police. Members of the IOC conducting their own investigation and talking about forgiveness.
Let's give these kids a break. You know, they sometimes you take actions that you later regret.
Rio's chief of police saying they should apologize, telling Brazilian TV network Globo the only truth is that they said they were drunk. And we do know now that false statements were made to police as to the fact that there was no robbery. We do also know that a federal police source has told ABC News that at least 2 of the swimmers, if they continue to cooperate with authorities, could be given back their passports and flown back home to the U.S., possibly as early as tonight. It's quite a story. David, back to you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. 400 million Iran cash payment used as leverage in prisoner release, State Department admits. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Invest in millions of good-paying jobs.
Mary Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. President. What is your response to critics who say the $400 million in cash that you sent to Iran was a ransom payment? Was it really simply a pure coincidence that a sum that was a payment that was held up for almost 4 decades was suddenly sent at the exact same time that the American prisoners were released? And can you assure the American people that none of that money went to support terrorism?
Okay. It's been interesting to watch this story surface. Some of you may recall, we announced these payments in January, many months ago. There wasn't a secret. We announced them to all of you. Josh did a briefing on them. This wasn't some nefarious deal. And at the time, we explained that Iran had pressed a claim before an international tribunal about them recovering money of theirs that we had frozen, that as a consequence of its working its way through the international tribunal, it was the assessment of our lawyers that we were now at a point where there was significant litigation risk and we could end up costing ourselves billions of dollars. It was their advice and suggestion that we settle. And that's what these payments represent.
Okay, and there you go on that report. That does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.